Hello guys, welcome back to S3D, and this is going to be a review on the Bandai Infinity series, RX-78-2 Gundam. Now, if you guys saw my previous video, I really have very negative opinion to say about this series. I think a lot of my opinion still remains, but there were just some stuff on this figure that I wasn't really expecting. So we'll get into that. As you guys know, I give you guys honest reviews about these figures. I'm not showing this stuff for anybody. So, yeah. So the reason behind this review is because a lot of people been saying like my opinion about this line of figures has been overly critical. You know, I basically tell people you're a freaking idiot if you're gonna be buying this. But we'll find out if you know if that's still the case. But anyway, this was actually requested by one of my viewers. He actually PayPal me some money to get this figure for him because he couldn't find this anywhere, and he really wanted it. Well, you know, if you wanted it, you wanted it. Whatever. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging real quick. I'm going to give you guys an honest review. These figures has been out since September 2021, and they just recently showed up locally. I believe I found this at Target. So yeah, I sent him the picture and he PayPal me the money. So anyway, so obviously this figure is based on the Gunpla Warfare Gundam Battle. Not the first time Bandai did something like this, but this is Bandai America. We're not talking about the machinations. So yeah, I seen the Robot Spirits line, the version anime line. They did the Perfect Gundam that was actually based on the Gunpla. So supposedly these things are all supposed to be based on Gunpla. Okay, now right out the bat, I'm going to tell you something. All these figures are the same size. So just like the Gundam universe, just like the Assault Kingdom, the Universal units, the G-frame, they do all the Gundams or the even the Zaku. Pretty much all the figures are the same size. So they're 4.5 inches tall. So let's get that out of the way right there. 4.5 inches tall. They don't really scale with anything. It's not 1/44 scale, and we'll get into that at the end of the video. But yeah, we have the packaging, and I have to tell you, from initial impression, I think whoever did the photography for these figures did a pretty lousy job. I mean, I think they were prototype figures, but it just doesn't look really appealing, and I base my opinion based off the those prototype photos. They were terrible. I mean, the figures were posed like horribly. And even here, you know, like the way they did this, obviously they could have kit bash this thing with like, you know, maybe with the body of the Astray, you know, or something like that, or something with a Barbatos, something with more like a striking appearance. Instead of like, you know, something like this looks like something that they randomly throw together and then take a picture. It's like, oh yeah, you can kit bash and make your own Gundam. Let's make like the boringest Gundam we can ever think of, right? Just general lack of creativity, right? That's ridiculous. I mean, you have the wing to work with, you have the Barbatos to work with, you have the Astray to work with. You're gonna use the body of the grandpa. I don't know. Right? Yeah, I guess it makes sense. They want to use the grandpa to let you know that, oh, you can use a grandpa. Here's a grandpa. The one that everybody knows what it is. But here's a picture of grandpa already, right? I don't know. Whatever. You have 5 figures, and you have the parts for each figure, from each figure to build a Zaku. So I guess that's the additional value that they give to you. You have the the parts to make another figure when you buy all 5 figures for $12.99. It's a value there. We'll see. You know, we'll find out if this is worth the value. The packaging, you know, honestly, is this is like a very dollar store-ish packaging. This is just something you would expect from a dollar store. So I'm not impressed at all with the packaging. We got a tray. We got some parts. Now we're gonna be prepared for the thing that we're gonna talk about a lot on this channel: plasticized PVC. We have a lot of it. So we have a plasticized PVC. The beam saber is obviously plasticized PVC, so you can see that it's all flexible and stuff like that. This thing will go through plasticizer migration someday. We also have plasticized PVC parts for the arms. You can pop those arms off and you can put the Zaku arms on there if you want. Yeah, so there's that. I'm trying to get this out of the way as quickly as possible. So now what I did not expect from this figure is ABS parts. So the shield is made from ABS, the shoulders and the torso, majority of the torso is made from ABS. So that's actually pretty interesting. The head is actually made from ABS, but the V-fin is made from plasticized PVC. All right, so the backpack, this is actually ABS, but the beam saber hilts right here, these are plasticized PVC. So yeah, I guess it's they made it so it's like, you know, they don't want these things to break, but you can't do anything with them. They aren't even really the same size as the the accessory piece. So yeah, the beam rifle is made from plasticized PVC. You know, I was expecting ABS plastic, but I guess it makes sense. You know, these things are about durability. So there you go. And if you guys don't understand what plasticized PVC is basically PVC that's been treated with plasticizers, a chemical that softens the plastic to make them more durable. I say 90% of the toy reviewers on YouTube will tell you that this is like a rubbery plastic or something like that. Well, what the heck is a rubbery plastic? No such thing. It's just, you know, PVC that's been treated with plasticizers. It's very common. They don't use it on ABS and they don't use it on polystyrene like Gunpla because it's just not something that they do. But yeah, these type of figures are very cheap to produce because you know, they just mix the stuff into a goop and then injection mold it into you know, into the mold. Yeah, and they're heavy because, you know, this is just all a solid piece of ABS PVC that's been treated with a chemical. Now, if you do some research on plasticized PVC, obviously you're gonna find some negative stuff. I'm not a fan of this type of material, so automatically right off the bat, I am biased. I don't like anything that's made from plasticized PVC. So yeah, but I would say like about 40% of this figure is made from ABS. The torso, the head, the hip, and the shoulders, and the backpack. So the limbs are you know, plasticized PVC, and the well, some of the accessories. So not entirely bad. Okay, so for 13 bucks, you get some ABS, you get some plasticized PVC, and it does look pretty sharp. I mean, the paintwork is very nicely done. So I can give them, you know, I can say bad things about that. And the paint, I think, is okay for the most part. There's a lot of part separation on here. You know what? I believe the hands are even the hands are ABS plastic too, so that gets some point for that. Unfortunately, what this figure falls short on is basically articulation. I know as people say these are designed for kids. You know, the thing is, you know, this is something that we all need to be aware of. Kids has access to social media. They know what's available out there. Okay, they know what Gunpla is. They know what robot spirits are. They know what metal builds are. In fact, I seen kids going to hobby shops asking their parents for metal build. So, yeah, that's the thing, man. So anyway, so you give them something like this. I don't know. We'll just take a look at the articulation and you decide for yourself. Okay, I pride myself in making these honest reviews. I don't really, you know, I don't actually get sponsorships from manufacturers anymore because I'm just like, you know, I'm not here to be like everybody else. You know, I'm not here to, you know, you pay me to do a sponsored video where I just straight up bullshit to my audience and then make them go out and spend their hard-earned money on stuff that's, you know, that isn't, that's just gonna leave them disappointed. So anyway, we'll see from here, right? We got the believe it or not, these parts right here, these pieces are actually ABS plastic. It's like ABS plastic that's molded over with the plasticized PVC. So it has some structural integrity in there. So there we go. The feet is still plasticized PVC though. Actually, I think it's a mixture. The feet, the bottom of the feet, this is actually ABS. You can tell from just this nut mark right there. that the parts been cut out, but this piece right here, this thing that goes into the ball joint, that's plasticized PVC. So yeah, and if you guys are playing the drinking game, how many times is this guy gonna say plasticized PVC? You'd be very drunk at the end of this video. So yeah, we got the single bent knee, we got the ball joint hips. The problem with these ball joint hips is that there's really not much range of movement, so this guy's not gonna be very posable. And these skirts are not, you know, they're plasticized, but they're not going anywhere. So yeah, so if you're gonna give this to a kid, you know, he's gonna have a okay looking figure that's not very posable, kind of like the Gundam universe, but you know, half the price. So yeah, but hey, you know what? You can kit bash, right? So you can take this thing apart, put it on another figure, you know, combine parts, but there's still, it doesn't do anything to the articulation. The articulation will still suck. So there you go. That's an honest opinion. I actually watched a few reviews on these figures, and most of them were like, you know, just thanking the people at Bandai America who sent them the product. Thank you very much. I used to say the same thing about Mattel, right? When the Mattel people sent me crap, and yeah, that did not work out very well. So anyway, we got the ball joint here for the shoulders, and this is plasticized PVC. The shoulder armor is ABS. So there you go, and then you pop this in here. Yeah, see, you can kit bash. Not very effectively, but come on. There we go. You're supposed to give this to a kid. I use a lot of strength to get this freaking arm in there, right? So you get the Zaku arm right there. Again, doesn't do anything with the posability, even with the Zaku arm, you know. Well, I guess, no. If you try to do anything, it'll just pop off. So it's really, yeah, it's just unfortunate. So yeah, not much motion here, range of movement for this ball joint. So basically, you know, if you want him to do like crazy Gundam poses, you're not going to be able to. It doesn't have an ab crunch, it doesn't have anything. The head's on a ball joint, and the ball joint is just going to be like, yeah. And the head does look a little bit small. I think this is, since it's supposed to be based on Gunpla, I guess this is the Katoki style design. Because Kunio Okawara, the original designer, designed the head to be bigger, you know, the more humanoid proportion. This is definitely a Katoki design, but I feel like the head is way too small. Though, even for, like, you know, Katoki-inspired design. That just don't look right, right? Yeah. All right, so final thoughts. Wow, 13 minutes already, huh? Really get your money's worth with this bogus review. It was a little bit better than what I was expecting, but there isn't really a lot to expect. You get a figure that's not very posable for 13 bucks. You get some build-a-figure parts, which you can use to build not very posable Zaku too. And yeah, I think the only thing that really gets me is the fact that it actually has some plasticized, some ABS plastic parts, which, you know, that's probably the best best feature of this figure. Just the ABS parts, you know, there's decent amount of ABS plastic in here, so I can't really fault them for that. Maybe it's just the RX-78, maybe the other ones have a lot of plasticized PVC, it could be, or maybe the torso on all these are made from ABS plastic. Who knows? It would be nice if they were giving that to kids, knowing the harmful effect of what plasticizers have on people. But anyway, that's pretty much it. To give you guys an overall review about this overall rating on this figure, I said I give it a 6 out of 10. Dollar store packaging, no good. Poor articulation. It looks nice, so it gets pointing for that. You still have plasticized PVC parts, but you know, with the ABS plastic. I think that's what drives up the score and the fact that, yeah, it looks decent. All right, so anyway, here's a size comparison next to 30-minute missions model kit. These things are 1/44 scale. So you can see that it's not going to fit very well into your, if you're collecting Gunpla, this is not going to fit very well into your Gunpla collection. And also not going to fit well with your 1/44 scale Robot Spirits collection. So here's a Robot Spirits Gym. next to that. This is how much. This is basically how the same size as the Robot Spirit RX-78-2. So there you go. So that's your comparison right there. This guy is close to 5 inches tall. This guy is about 4.5, 4.6 inch tall, just a little bit taller than this Gundam. And yeah, that is pretty much it. You guys are the consumer. You guys can decide what you want to do. You want to figure that it's not so posable, looks okay for $12. Yeah, then go ahead, go for it. The objective here is to give you guys an honest review. It's really not about what I think about these. I don't really have too high of a personal opinion about this. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching.